You are with the platform. Don't forget, join Platform Plus, get access to some extra stuff and replays and be able to search our archive. That's Platform Plus. You can sign up on the app. And don't forget to tell your friends to download the app for free and on the Google Store and the App Store. You can listen to us online then, anywhere. You can also listen on the website, the Platform website. It's very easy. We got a big bright red donate button too. That'd help. And if you want to sell to an engaged, wealthy audience, and I'm thinking we don't have enough travel advertising. Maharaja Tours, gosh, they sold a lot of tours to India through us. We've got quite a discerning audience and a very engaged audience. So get hold of Jen. Sales@theplatform.kiwi is the email address there. Really is worth it. Also, merch. I'm going to come up with some little packages, Christmas packages for merch in the next week or two. Do watch out for those. Meantime, on with the show. Late last week, Australia, Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia, announced plans there, and it's already been debated by Australian politicians in the media, plans to ban under 16-year-olds from accessing social media sites. So that's your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, and your whatever else goes, and your X. I think my initial reaction to this was, what a great idea, given how well, not just here but globally, getting smartphones out of classrooms has gone. But I was watching this over the weekend, and maybe this move isn't all that it seems. To get a better feel for it and what the implications might be and whether it's even practicable, because no one's done it anywhere in the world, I'm joined now by, digital guru, Vaughn Davis joins us again. Vaughn, how are you, mate?
I'm really well. Good to hear you sproiking your app. So you're clearly just as digital as the rest of us.
Well, I sat there and thought, are we social media?
Yeah, well, that's the question. Part of the challenge this proposed law will face is, what is social media? You know, we kind of all agree that, it's Facebook and Instagram, but is it Facebook Messenger? And if it's Facebook Messenger, is it text messages? And then, what kind of 15-year-old kid can live their life and get to and from school in 2024 without this sort of connectivity? So there's a practical aspect to it.
Vaughn, has anyone tried it anywhere else in the world, or are the Aussies truly world-leading in this?
They are world-leading in terms of the scope that they're proposing. There's been countries dabbling in it. France has had a bit of a crack. The leader, actually, and interesting that Australia's sort of throwing in their lot with these guys, is China. And, long a sort of a bastion of state control of individual behaviours. China is in the last couple of years implemented really granular and quite specific controls about even screen time for young people. I was looking it up yesterday. If you're under 8, you're only allowed 40 minutes a day in China. Don't know how they enforce it, but boy, imagine half
and
New
the
Zealand
truth
parents
is,
trying to
there
get by on
are
that.
restrictions on the internet in other countries that are quite prescriptive. I've been up in Bali recently. Apparently, no pornography available on the internet in Bali. Just none.
You've got to take your own, or make your own while you're there. That's a practical tip for you, Sean.
Do we have any empirical evidence as to the damage social media causes young people?
Yeah, there'll be no shortage of that. You'll find plenty of studies in the last 20 years saying that bullying and abusive behaviour and all sorts of harmful things.
Yeah, but you can go to school and get bullied without the internet.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where I was going. Bad behaviour has existed as long as there have been people. It's arguable that this stuff happening online gives us the opportunity to see it and maybe stick your nose in and do something about it, and also for people who need support to be seen and be supported. So there's pluses and minuses to this.
Yeah, and as I said, I think like a lot of people, I said, oh gosh, the Australians have a good idea, how wonderful. But also now I'm seeing some people saying, hang on, is this really a kind of censorship move? And how are you going to monitor this? Does that require everyone to get a digital ID, and therefore the safety, the sanctity of everyone's digital data is going to be damaged by this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hell, it's good politics, right? You know this, and I know this. It's playing well on both sides of the house, right across Australia. The media's behind it, and they're putting the onus of enforcement not on mum and dad and the kids, which is pretty smart, but on the platforms. So they're not banning 16-year-olds. They're banning platforms from allowing 16-year-olds, which is subtly different, right? But for that to happen, you know, are you going to be happy to upload a copy of your birth certificate for Facebook?
Yes, see, that's the thing. Mind you, I just presume...
I'm not.
I just presume that I'm so slack with my passwords that it's all there for everyone to see anyway, Vaughn, and I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, probably right. Probably right. But, you know, plenty of fishhooks, not a lot of upside, but very good politics would be my take on it.
Okay. Do you think they'll actually be able to do it or not?
I think they probably will. The only thing that's going to stop them is if it becomes all too hard for Facebook and TikTok and X, they can go, you know what, Australia, too hard, we're just going to pull out.
And this is a bit like what they did with the Aussies on the news, on the online news, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That similar sort of flex. And you know, I don't think mum and dad and, you know, Auntie Sue from Ballarat are going to be too happy when they can't connect on Facebook and when advertisers can't use Facebook. And, you know, the biggest advertiser in almost any country is going to be the government. So I don't think they'd be too happy for that to be.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Look, the other thing is they've got a misinformation bill going through the Australian Parliament at the moment, which a lot of other people are concerned about. And together, I guess, I would be suspicious that the Albanese government isn't going to use this as some sort of control. I suppose you stack your state schools with commie, climate change believing teachers, and you keep people off the internet where maybe independent sources of news and opinions might stop the brainwashing of the young Australians.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not across that one, but the moment you talk about misinformation, the flip side of that is free speech. So, and it's always been a tension, always will be. You know, there are always people who I consider to be a nutter, and you consider to be a beacon of you know, of free speech, and we'll you know, no one will ever agree on that, or not everyone will ever agree on that.